Out of here!
My Betty no gon' die!
Out of my sight! Out of my... Oh my God. God help me! Betty, child, dear child, won't you wake? Won't you open up your eyes, Betty, little one?
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, the doctor. Let her come. Let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs, he bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he discovered no medicine for in his books.
Then he must search on.
Aye, sir. He's been searching his books since he left you, sir. He bid me tell you need to look to unnatural things for the cause of
No, no. There be no unnatural causes here. Tell the doctor I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes. Here there be none.
Aye, sir. He bid me tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Come. Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think you'd best go down and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people, sir. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. Let you tell them I confessed it. But they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance. And when you leapt out of the bush so suddenly, she was frightened and then she fainted. And there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look, you child. I have no desire to punish you. That will come in its own time. But if you traffic with spirits in the forest, I must know it. For surely my enemies will, and they'll ruin me with it.
But we never conjured spirits.
Then why could she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Let me know what you've done there. Abigail, do you understand I have many enemies?
I know it, Uncle.
There is a faction sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my very household is seen in the center of some obscene practices. Abominations are done in the forest.
But we're only sport, Uncle.
I thought I saw Tituba waving her arms over a fire when I came upon you. Why was she doing that? And I thought I heard a screeching or a gibberish coming from her mouth.
She always sings her Barbados, and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. I thought I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
Aye, a dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself.
I saw it. Now tell me true, Abigail. Now my ministry's at stake, and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done there, give it to me now, for I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There's nothing more. I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, I have worked here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, where there must be some good respect for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer. Your name in the town, it is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I'm sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Abigail, Is there any cause in what you have told me for Goody Proctor discharging you? It has troubled me that you are now 7 months out of her house, and in all that good time, no other family has called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not black my face.
I cannot have anyone. Why, Goody Putnam,
Why?
come in.
Why, it is a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam.
How high did she fly? How high?
She never flew.
Why, it's sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going up over Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a bird.
Now look, you, Goody Putnam. She never. Good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It is a providence. The thing is out now. It is a providence.
What's out, sir? What's?
Her eyes is closed. Look, you, Anne.
Why, that is strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick?
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. Death driving them forked and hooked.
Oh, pray not. How does your child ail?
She ails as she must. She never waked this morning, but her eyes open, and she walks and hears not, and sees not, and she cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
They say you've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly.
A precaution only. He has much experience
He
in all
has
demonic arts.
indeed, and found a witch in Beverly last year. Let you remember that.
Now, Goody Putnam, they only thought that we're a witch. And I'm certain there be no element of witchcraft
No
here.
witchcraft. Now look, you, Mr. Parrot.
Thomas, I pray you, leap not to witchcraft. I know you, least of all people, would ever wish such disastrous a charge to be laid upon me. We cannot leap to witchcraft here. They will howl me out of Salem for such corruption in my own household.
Mr. Paris, I am taking your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but I cannot if you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
But Thomas, I cannot.
Anne, tell Mr. Paris what you have done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in the earth. Believe me, you never saw more hardy babies born. Yet each of them withered in my arms the very night of their birth. I have spoken nothing, but my heart has clamored intimations. And now this year, I see my Ruth, my only, turning strange. A secret child she's become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mouth are pulling on her life too. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba? What made Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Anne, it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it upon my soul! But for who else may surely tell us what person murdered my baby?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris! Mark this proof! Mark it! Last night, my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits. I know it, sir, for how else is she struck dumb except some power of darkness stop her mouth? It is a marvelous sign.
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will, but you cannot blink it more.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir, not I. Tituba and Ruth.
No, I am undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You have discovered witchcraft.
No! In my house, Thomas. They will topple me with this. They will make everything.
Your pardons. I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you home? Who is with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze before.
Oh, there's sign of life.
No more, Goody Putnam. We're grand sneeze. Now the like it'll shake her wits together, I'm sure.
Thomas, will you leave me now? I think I would pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why do you not?
No. I'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
Now look, you sir, let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak to them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word, mister. Surely you'll pray with them.
I have no more stomach for disputation this morning. I will lead them in a psalm, but let you all speak nothing of witchcraft yet. The cause is yet unknown. I will not discuss it. I've had enough contention since I came. I want no more. If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
Yes, Uncle.
Mercy, go home to Ruth. Do you hear?
Aye, Mom.
There is a terrible strength in their arms today.
How is Ruth sick?
It's weird that I know not. Seems to be walking like a dead one since last night.
Betty! Wake up, Betty!
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one. I waked her for a minute. Here, let me have her.
No! He'll be coming up. And look you, if they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I've told them as much already.
What more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus.
What do we do? The whole village is out.
What do we do?
I just come from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby. She means to tell, I know it.
Abby, we've got to tell. Witchery's a hanging error. A hanging like they done in Boston 2 years ago. We must tell the truth, Abby. You'll only be whipped for dancing and the other things.
Oh, we'll be whipped.
I never done none of it. Abby, I only looked.
Oh, you're a great one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren?
Betty, wake up now. It's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty! My, you seem improving. I've talked to your papa and I told him everything, so there's nothing to...
I love my mama!
What ails you, Betty? Your mama's dead and buried.
Fly to mama! Let me fly!
I talked to your papa and I told him everything. He knows everything we...
You drink blood, Abby! You drink blood!
Betty, you will never say that again! You will never...
You did! You drank a charm to kill John Proctor's wife! You drank a charm to kill Goody Proctor!
Shut it! I say shut it! Now look you, all of you, we danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters, and that is all. And mark this, let either of you breathe a word, or the edge of a word about the other things, and I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' heads on the pillow next to mine. And I have seen some reddish work done at night. And I can make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. Now you, sit up and stop this.
What's got her? Abby, she's going to die. It's a sin to conjure and we...
Shut it! I say shut it, Mary Warren.
Oh, I'm just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your arse one of these days. Now get you home. My wife is waiting with your work.
Well, I'd best be off. I have my roof to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
She's only gone silly somehow. She'll come out of it.
So she flies, huh? Where are her wings?
Oh, John, surely you're not believing she flies.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, posh! were dancing in the woods last night, and my uncle leapt in on us. She took fright is all.
Dancing by moonlight. You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, Abby, I've not come for that.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly? I know you better.
I come only to see what mischief your uncle is brewing now. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I'm waiting for you every night.
Abby will put it out of mind. I'll not be coming for you more.
You're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw you when she put me out. You loved me then, and you do now.
That's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things. I have seen you since she put me out. I have seen you nights.
I have hardly stepped off my farm this 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has drawn me to my window. Do you tell me you've never looked up at my window?
Perhaps I have.
I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream, but I wake and walk about the house as though I'd find you coming through some door.
Child.
How do you call me a child?
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I'll ever reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind, Abby. We never touched.
But we did.
But we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife
You'll
be.
speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She is blackening my name in the village. She is telling lies about me. She is a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her. Let her turn you like
Do you look for women?
I look for John Proctor that put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was, and all the lying lessons I was taught by these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me turn the light out of my eyes? I will not. I cannot. You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet. Pity me, John, pity me. Betty?
But Scarlet, what ails her? Why is she wailing? Start wailing, girl. What ails you? Stop that.
What are you doing to her? Betty!
She heard you singing, and suddenly she's up and screaming.
The psalm! The psalm! She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name!
No, God forbid!
Mark it for a sign! Mark
That
it!
is a notorious sign of witchcraft as well. A prodigious sign.
My mother told me that when they cannot bear to hear the name.
Rebecca, come there. We're lost. She suddenly cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. There is hard sickness in here, Giles Corey, so please, to keep it quiet.
I haven't said a word. No one here can testify that I've said a word. Is she going to fly again? I hear she flies.
Man, be quiet now.
What have you done?
Pray, calm yourselves. I have 11 children, and I am 26 times a grandma. And I have seen them all through their silly seasons, and when it come on them, they will run the devil bow-legged keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You cannot catch it by running after it. You must stand still, and for love it will soon itself come back.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered. She cannot eat.
Perhaps she hasn't hungered yet? Mr. Paris, I hope you're not decided to go in search of loose spirits. I've heard promise of that outside.
A wide opinion's running in the parish that the devil may be among us, and I would satisfy them that they are wrong.
Then let you come out and call them wrong. Are you our Reverend or Mr. Hale? Did you consult the wardens of the church before calling out this minister to look for devils?
He is not coming to look for devils.
Then what's he coming for?
There be children dying in the village, mister.
I see none dying.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I suggest you send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. This will send us all to arguing again in the society. And we thought to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on Dr. Griggs now. And good pray.
The doctor's baffled, Rebecca.
If so he is, let us go to God for the cause of it. There is prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it. I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves and...
How may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed have peopled this province. And yet I have but 1 child left of 8. And now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
You think it's God's work you should never lose a child, nor a grandchild either, and I am left to bury all but 1?
When Reverend Hale comes, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Mr. Paris. We vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
I have never heard you word so on this society, Mr. Proctor. I do not think I've seen you at Sabbath meetings since snow flew.
I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation. There are many others who stay away from church these days because he hardly ever mentioned God anymore.
Why, that's a drastic charge!
It be somewhat true. There are many that quail to bring their children.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations towards this ministry. Where's my wood? My contract provides I be supplied with all of my firewood. Since November am I waiting for a stick, and even in November that I had to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed 6 pounds a year to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
I am paid little enough for that I spend £6 on firewood. The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well instructed in mathematics.
Mr. Corey, you will look far for a man of my kind at £66 a year. I am not used to this poverty. I left a thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I do not fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? How can I offer one proposition without there be a howling riot of argument? I often wonder if the devil be in it somewhere. I can understand you people otherwise.
Mr. Paris, you are the first minister ever did demand the deed to this house.
I am your 3rd preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like the cat whenever some majority feels a whim. You people seem not to comprehend that the minister is a Lord's man in the parish. That a minister is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted. There is either obedience or this church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you speak 1 minute without we land in hell again? I am sick of hell.
It is not for you to decide what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we? Quakers? We are not Quakers here yet. And you can say that to your followers.
My followers?
There is a party, I am not blind. There is a faction and a party.
Against you?
Against him and all authority.
Why? Then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority. I have a crop to sow and lumber to drag home. What say you, Giles? Let's find that party. He says there is a party.
I've changed my opinion on this man. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never knew you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggests to the mind what the troubles be among us all these years. Think on it. Wherefore everyone is suing everybody else. I have been in court 6 times this year.
Is it the devil's fault a man cannot say you good morning without you clap him for defamation? You're old, Giles. You're not hearing as well as you did.
John Proctor, I have only last month collected a £4 damages for you publicly saying I burned the roof off of your house and
I never said no such thing, but I paid you for it, so I hope I can call you deaf without charge. Come along, Giles, and help me drag my lumber home.
I'll be damned first.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber is that you're dragging home, if I may ask you?
My lumber, from out my forest by the riverside.
Oh, why, we're surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? That tract is in my bounds. It is in my bounds, Mr. Proctor.
In your bounds, I bought that tract from Ignace's husband 5 months ago.
He had no right to sell it. It stands clear in my grandfather's will that all of the land between the river and...
Your grandfather had a habit of willing away land that never belonged to him, if I may say it plain.
That is God's truth. He nearly willed away my north pasture, but he knew that I would break his fingers before he set his name to it. Let's get your lumber home, John. I have a sudden urge to work coming on.
You load one oak of mine and you'll fight to drag it home!
I will win too, Putnam! This fool and I. Come on!
I'll have my men on you, Corey! I'll clap a writ on you!
Free you, someone take these.
Mr. Hale, it sure is good to see you again. My, they're heavy.
They must be. They are weighted with authority.
Well, you do come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy.
Hi.
You cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am. Do you know me?
It is strange how I knew you. But I suppose you look as such a good soul should. We have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this man, Mr. Thomas Putnam, and his good wife, Anne?
Putnam. I had not expected such distinguished company, sir.
It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look to you to come to our house and save our child.
Your child ails too.
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps and yet she wakes.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Do you men also have afflicted children?
No. These are farmers. John Proctor.
We don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches one way or the other. Will you come, Giles?
No, John, I think not. I have some few queer questions of my own to ask this fellow.
I've heard you be a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I hope you'll leave some of it in Salem.
Reverend Hale, will you come look at my daughter, sir? She has tried to leap out the window. We discovered her this morning out on the high road, waving her arms as though she tried to fly.
Tries to fly.
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name, Mr. Hale. That's a sure sign of witchcraft afloat.
No. Now let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise. The marks of his presence are as definite as stone. And we must look only for his proper signs and judge nothing beforehand. And I must tell you all that I shall not proceed unless you are prepared to believe me if I should find no trace of hell in this.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will abide by your judgment.
Good then. Now, sir, what were your first warning of this strangeness?
Why, I discovered her and my niece Abigail and 10 or 12 of the other girls dancing in the forest last night.
You permit dancing?
No, they were secret.
Mr. Parrish's slave has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
We cannot be sure of that, Goody Anne.
I know it, sir. I sent my child. She should learn from Tituba who murdered her sisters.
Goody Anne! You sent a child Conjure up the dead?
Let God judge me, not you, Rebecca. I'm out of you judging me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it natural work to lose 7 babies before they live a day?
7 dead in childbirth.
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
Here is all the invisible world caught, defined, and calculated. In these books, the devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises. Here are all your familiar spirits, your incubi and succubi, your witches that go by land, by air, and by sea, your wizards of the night and of the day. Have no fear now. We shall find him out if he has come among us. And I mean to crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If she truly is in the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I am too old for this.
But Rebecca, we may open up all the boils of our troubles today.
Let us hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale. Let's get on.
Mr. Hale,
Sit you here.
I have always wanted to ask a learned man what signifies the reading of strange books.
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I have wakened many a night to see her sitting in the corner reading of a book. Now, what do you think of that?
Why, that's not necessary.
It discomfits me. Last night, mark this, I tried and could not say my prayers. And then she closed her book and walked out of the house, and suddenly, mark this, I could pray again.
Ah, the stoppage of prayer. That is strange. I should like to speak further on that with you.
Well, I'm not saying that she's touched the devil now, but I'd admire to know what books she reads and why she reads them. She'll not answer me, you see.
Aye, we'll discuss it. Now mark me, if the devil is in her, you will witness some frightful wonders in this room. So please, to keep your wits about you. Mr. Putnam, stand close in case she flies. Now, Betty dear, will you sit up? Can you hear me? I am John Hale, minister of Beverly. I've come to help you, dear. Do you remember my 2 little girls in Beverly?
And how can it be the devil? Why would he choose my house to strike?
What victory would the devil have to win a soul already had? It is best the devil wants, and who is better than the minister?
That is deep, Mr. Barris. Deep.
Does someone afflict you, child? It need not be a woman, mind you, or a man. Perhaps some bird, invisible to others, comes to you. Perhaps a pig or any beast at all. Is there some figure bids you fly? In nomine Domini Sabaoth, sui filiique, is ad infernus. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all.
I think I have to say, I thought I saw a kettle in the grass where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
Soup? What sort of soup were in this kettle, Abigail?
Why, beans and lentils, I think, and...
Mr. Parrish, you did not notice, did you, any living thing in the kettle? A mouse, perhaps, a spider, a frog.
The frog jumped in. We never put it in.
A frog, Abby!
Never put it in.
Abigail, it may be that your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
I never called him. Tituba called him.
She called the devil!
She'd like to speak with Tituba.
Goody Ann, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Did you feel any strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps? A trembling below the
I
ground?
didn't see no devil. Betty, stop
You
this.
cannot evade me, Abigail. Did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I did drink of the kettle. She made me do it. She made Betty do it. She makes me drink blood.
Blood!
My baby's blood. Chicken blood. I give chicken blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
No, sir. I don't truck with the devil.
Why can she not wake? Are you silencing this child?
I love me, Betty.
You have sent your spirit out upon this child, have you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sent her spirit on me in church. She's always making me laugh at prayer.
She has often laughed at prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood. You begged me to conjure Abby. She begged me to make charms. I'll tell you something. She comes to me while I sleep. She's always making me dream corruption. Sometimes I wake and I find myself standing in an open doorway with not a stitch on my body. And I hear her laughing in my sleep and singing her Barbados and tempting me.
I want you to wake this child.
I don't have any power on this child, sir.
You most certainly do, and you will, Lucifer, now. When did you compact with the devil?
I don't come back with no devil.
Tituba, you will confess yourself, or I will take you out and beat you to your death!
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken and hanged.
Don't hang Tituba. I tell him, I don't desire to work for him, sir.
Who? The devil? Now, Tituba, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it is hard to break with it entirely. Now, we are going to help you tear yourself free. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not, Tituba?
I, sir, a good Christian woman.
And you love these little children.
I don't desire to hurt the children.
And you love God, Tituba.
I love God with all my being.
Now, in God's holy name,
Bless him,
and to his glory,
eternal glory. Bless him, bless God.
open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Oh, bless the Lord.
When the devil comes to you, does he ever come with another person? Perhaps another person in the village, someone you know.
Who came with him?
Sarah Good? Did you ever see Sarah Good with him?
Was it man or woman came with him? A woman. A woman, you say. What woman?
It was black dark, and
You could see him. Why could you not see her?
they was always talking, and they was always carrying on and running around.
Out of Salem. Salem witches.
Yes, sir.
Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us all their names. Do you understand? We will protect you. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
Oh, I do.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft. And that speaks a witch to come to heaven's side. And we will bless you, Tituba.
Oh, bless you, Mr. Hill.
You are God's instrument, put in our hands to discover the devil's agents among us. You are selected. You are chosen to help us cleanse our village. So speak utterly, Tituba. Turn your back on him and face God. Face God, Tituba, and God will bless you.
Oh, God, protect Tituba.
Who came to you with the devil? 2, 3, 4, how many?
There was four.
Their names. Their names. Tell us their names.
How many times he bid me kill you, Mr. Paris?
Kill me?
He said, Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris no goodly man. Mr. Paris need man and no gentleman.
no fear to tell us who they are. Look at them. Look at them, Tituba. Look at their God-given innocence. We must protect them. The devil is out and preying on them like a beast upon the flesh of the pure lamb. God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I dance for the devil. I saw him. I wrote in his book. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil. I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Goody Howe with the devil.
She speaks! She speaks!
Glory to God! It is broken. They are free.
I saw Martha Bellows with the devil. I saw Goody Silver with the devil.
The marshal! I'll call the marshal!
Let the marshal bring irons.
I saw Goody Hawkins with the devil. I saw Goody Pike with the devil. I saw Mr. Barton with the devil. I saw Goody Cobb with the devil. I saw Goody Franklin with the devil. I saw Goody Hopper with the devil.
What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
I were planting far out to the forest edge.
You're done then.
Aye, the farm is seeded. The boys asleep?
They will be soon.
Pray now for a fair summer.
Aye,
Are you well today?
I am. It is a rabbit.
Is it? In Jonathan's trap?
No, she walked into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she come to visit.
That's a good sign walking in.
Pray God. It hurt my heart to strip her. Poor rabbit.
Oh, it is well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender.
Aye. I think we'll see green fields soon. It's warm as blood beneath the clouds.
That's well.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacobs' heifer. How would that please you?
Aye, it would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Cider?
Aye.
This farm's a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it.
Must be.
On Sunday, let you come with me and we'll walk the farm together. I never see such a load of flowers in the earth. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you're sad again. Are you?
You come so late, I thought you'd gone back to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her to go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you?
It is no mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I'm an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye. It's a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says. Weighty magistrates of the general court, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I would to God she were. There be 14 people in the jail now, she says. And they'll be tried. And the court have power to hang them too, she says.
They's never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speaks of Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. She brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd will part like the sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them. And if she scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person is clapped in the jail for bewitching her.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it's a fraud.
Aye, it is. It is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. And tell him what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had not to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must, they must. It is a wonder they do believe her.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I am only wondering how I can prove what she's told me. If the girl's a saint now, I think it's not so easy to prove she's fraud. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her.
For a moment alone. Aye.
Then it is not as you have told me.
For a moment, I say, the others came in soon after.
Do as you wish, then.
Woman! I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I have
I'll
no.
not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go to hurt, would you falter now? I think not.
Now look you.
I see what I see, John.
I have good reason to think before I go to charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. Let you instead look to your own improvement. I have forgot Abigail, and
I...
Spare me! You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months. I have not gone from there to there without, I think, to please you and still an everlasting funeral marched around your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted. Every moment judged for lies, as though I come into a court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You saw her with a crowd, you said. Now
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I am only...
No more! I should have roared you down when you first told me your suspicion. But I wilted, and like a Christian I confessed. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. You're not. Let you remember it. Let you look sometimes for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John. Only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I am sick. I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray, hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery. I am in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what of these proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house, as you are paid £9 a year to do so, and my wife not wholly well?
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time with sewing.
Why, it is a fair poppet, thank you.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang? Hang, you say?
Aye.
The deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her. He must. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confessed to what?
That she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer. Wrote her name in his black book. With her blood. And bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down. And we all must worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court she nearly choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Oh, Mary, surely
She
you...
tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
I've never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleep in ditches and so very old and poor. But then she sit there, denying and denying. And I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air, and I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice. And all at once, I remembered everything she'd done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she come to this very door, begging bread and a cup of cider. And mark this. Whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may mumble hungry.
But what does she mumble, Goody Proctor? You must remember last month, a Monday, I think. She walked away, and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I do, I think, but I...
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he asks her so. Goody good, says he. What curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? And then she replies, why, Your Excellency, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Hawthorne say, recite for us your commandments. And of all the 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her?
Why, they must, when she condemned herself.
But the proof.
I told you, the proof. It's hard proof. Hard as rock, the judges said.
You will not go to that court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I will be gone every day now. I am amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It is strange work for a Christian girl to hang old woman.
But, Mr. Proctor, they will not hang them if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail for some time. And here's a wonder for you. Think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Griggs examine her, and she's full to the brim. And smoking a pipe after all these years, and no husband either. But she's safe, thank God, for they'll not hurt the innocent child. But be that not a marvel? You must see it, sir. It's God's work we do. So I'll be gone every day for some time. I am an official of the court, they say, and
All official you.
I'll not stand whipping anymore. The devil's loose in Salem, Mr. Proctor. We must discover where he's hiding.
I'll whip the devil out of you.
I saved your life today.
I am accused.
You are somewhat mentioned, but I said I never see no sign that you sent your spirit out to hurt no one. And seeing I do live so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law. I cannot tell it. I hope you'll not be so sarcastical no more. 4 judges and the king's deputy sat to dinner with us but an hour ago. I'll have you speak civilly to me from this out.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18 and a woman. However, single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night, then.
Good night.
The noose. The noose is up.
There'll be no noose.
She wants me dead, John. I knew all week it would come to this.
They dismissed it. You heard her say.
Then what of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John. You know
I
it.
say sit down. Now we must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
Fear nothing. I'll find Ezekiel Cheever. I'll tell him she said it were all sport.
John, with so many in the jail, more than that is needed now. Would you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There's a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. And she may dote on it now, I am sure she does, and thinks to kill me than to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John, I know it. There be 1,000 names, why does she call mine? There be a certain danger in calling such a name. I am no goody-good that sleep in ditches, nor Osborne, drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's name, but there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place, John.
Surely she cannot think so.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat ashamed. For I am there, and she so close.
Woman, when will you know me? Were I stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7 months.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may sense, break it, John. Break it.
Good, then I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I will curse her harder than the oldest cinder in hell. Fear not. But pray, begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger. John, I only ask
Woman,
you.
am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
John, I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? The promise that a stallion gives a mare, I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. But I'll plead no more. I know now that your spirit twists around the single error of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I will be your only wife, or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Why, Mr. Hale, good evening.
I hope I did not startle you.
No, it's only that I heard no horse.
You are Goodwife Proctor.
I, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not off to bed yet.
No. Let you come in, Mr. Hale. We're not used to the visitors after dark, but you are welcome here. Will you sit you down, sir?
I will. Let you sit, Goodwife Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling yet tonight, sir. Sit you down. I will not keep you long, but I have some business with you.
Business of the court?
No, I come of my own, without the court's authority. Hear me. I know not if you are aware, but your wife is mentioned in the court.
We know it, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I am a stranger here, as you know, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those who come accused before the court. And so this afternoon, and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house, and
Rebecca's charged.
God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You will never believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, is possible.
Surely you cannot think so.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt the powers of the dark are gathered in monstrous attack upon this village. There is too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir.
I have no knowledge in that line. Still, it is hard to think that so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of such good prayer.
But the devil is a wily one. You cannot deny it. However, she is far from accused, and I know she will not be. I thought to put some questions as to the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
Why, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Good then. In the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are rarely in church on Sabbath day. Will you tell me why that is?
No, sir, you are mistaken.
Only 26 times, sir, in 17 months. I must call that rare. Will you tell me why you are so absent?
Mr. Hale! I never knew I needed to account to that man whether I come to church or stay at home. My wife were sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, mister, why could you not come alone?
I surely did come when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Mr. Proctor, your house is not a church. Your theology must tell you that.
It does, sir, it does. And it tells me that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since the church was built, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made him, you know, and his sweeter hands never touched the metal. But Paris came, and for 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. I labor the earth from dawn of day to blink of night, and I tell you, sir, when I look to heaven and see my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes the man dreams cathedrals, not clapboard meeting houses.
And yet, mister, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children.
Aye, boys.
How come it that only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Paris should lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man, I'll not conceal it.
I must say it, Mr. Proctor, that is not for you to decide. The man is ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No, I have
I nailed the roof upon the church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you now? That is a good sign then.
It's maybe I have been too quick to bring the man to book, but sure we never desired the destruction of religion. I think that's in your mind, is it not?
There is a softness in your record, sir, a softness.
I think we have been too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so. But sure, we never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
I am sure I do, sir.
Let you repeat them, if you will.
The commandments?
I.
Thou shalt not kill.
I.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt honor the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt honor thy mother and thy father. Thou shalt not bear false witness, nor make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the two of us, we do know them all. It be a small fault, I think.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be accounted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house.
I pray it. I pray it dearly. Well then, I'll bid you good night.
Mr. Hale, I do believe you're suspecting me somewhat.
Goody Proctor, I do not judge you. My duty is to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the court. I pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witnesses and cannot prove it, except my word be taken. But I know that the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do?
They were discovered by Mr. Paris, sporting in the woods. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail?
I.
Abigail Williams said it had naught to do with witchcraft.
She told me the day you came, sir.
Why did you keep this?
I never knew until tonight that the world has gone daft for this nonsense.
Nonsense, mister. I have myself examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others who have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why not, if they must hang for denying it? There are them that will swear to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have. I have indeed. And you, mister, would you testify to this in court?
I had not reckoned with going to court, but if I must, I will.
You falter there. I think you...
I falter nothing, but I do wonder if my story will be credited in such a court. I may wonder when a minister as steady-minded as you will suspicion a woman who has never lied. She cannot lie, and the world knows she cannot. I may falter somewhat, mister. I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me now, for I have heard a thing that troubles me. It is said that you hold no belief that there may even be witches in the world. Is that true, sir?
I know not what I have said. I may have said it. I have wondered if there be witches in the world.
Then you do not believe.
I have no knowledge of it. The Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot!
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot believe the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she has kept an upright way as I have. I'm a good woman. I know it. And if you believe I may do only good work in the world and yet secretly be bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But woman, you do believe there are witches in
If you say that I am one, then I say there are none.
You surely do not fly against the gospel. The gospel.
She believes in the gospel every word.
Question Abigail Williams of the gospel, not myself.
You do not mean to doubt the gospel. This be a Christian house, sir, a Christian house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized, and go you without fail each Sunday in the Sabbath prayer. And let you keep a solemn, quiet way among you. I think that you are...
John!
Giles, what's the matter?
They take my wife! And Rebecca Nurse!
Rebecca's in the jail?
John, Cheever come and take her in his wagon. We've only now come for the jail, and they'll not even let us in to see them.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Pray calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. And Martha Corey. There cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha Corey.
How was Rebecca charged, Mr. Nurse?
For murder she's charged, for the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, sir, if Rebecca Nurse be tainted, then there's nothing left to stop the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court, and the court will send her home. I know it.
You cannot mean she'll be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder babies?
Man, remember, until an hour before the devil fell, God thought of him beautiful in heaven.
Mr. Hay, I never said my wife were a witch. I only said she were reading books.
Mr. Corey, exactly what complaint were made on your wife?
That bloody mongrel Walcott charged her. You see, he buy a pig of my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and the pig died soon after. So he comes dancing in for his money back. So my Martha, she says to him, Walcott, if you haven't the wits to feed a pig properly, you'll not live to own many, she says. Now he comes to court and claims that from that day to this, he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitched them with her book.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Mr. Cheever, good evening.
Good evening all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. Aye. I am a clerk of the court now, you know.
It is a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor might have gone to heaven, must burn in hell. You'll burn for this. Do you know it?
You know yourself I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles. And as lief you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you, I like not the sound of it. Now, Proctor, believe me, how heavy be the law and all its tonnage I carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
What say you? A warrant for my wife? You said you were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I am given 16 warrant tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
Abigail Williams, on what proof? What proof?
Now, Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not to search your house. So you hand me any poppets your wife may keep here.
Poppets?
I never kept no poppets. Not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
Why, that's Mary's.
Would you please to give it to me?
Has the court found a text in poppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No. This one added till tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, a poppet? A poppet may signify... Now, woman, would you please to come with me?
She will not go. Fetch Mary here.
No, I am forbid to leave her from my sight.
You'll leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
What signifies a poppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why, they say it may signify that she... Why, This!
What's there?
Why, it is a needle! Willard, it is a needle!
What signify a needle?
Let's go hard with her, Proctor. This! I had my doubts, Proctor, I had my doubts, but here is calamity. You see it, sir, it is a needle.
Why, what meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner in Reverend Parris's house tonight. Without word nor warning, she fell to the floor like some struck beast and screamed a scream a bull would weep to hear. And when he'd go to rescue her, he'd find a needle stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly. And when demanded on how she come to be so stabbed, she testified it was your wife's familiar spirit that pushed it in.
Why, she's done it herself. I hope you're taking this for proof, Mr. Hay.
'Tis hard proof. Here I find a puppet Goody Proctor has kept. I have found it. And stuck in the belly of the puppet, a needle. I bid you true, Proctor, I never warranted to see such proof of hell, and I bid you obstruct me not, for I...
Here now, Mary, how did this puppet come into my house?
What puppet's that, sir?
This puppet.
Why, I think it is mine.
It is your puppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
Now, sir, do you have it?
Mary Warren, a needle had been found inside this puppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck the needle in yourself, did you not?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you now?
Child, you are certain this be your natural memory. Maybe perhaps someone conjures you even now to say this?
Conjures me? Why, no, sir. I'm entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in the court. Ask Abby. Abby sat beside me when I made it.
Bid him out. Your mind is sure this doesn't now. Bid him out, mister.
What signify a needle?
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge no.
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle were found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me.
Why,
the girl is murder. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard it! Ripped out of the world, Willard, you heard it!
Out with you!
Proctor, you dare not touch the warrant!
Out with you!
You ripped the deputy governor's warrant!
Damn the deputy governor! Out of my house!
No, Proctor!
Get ye gone with them! You are a broken minister!
Proctor, she's innocent. The court will...
If she is innocent, why do you never wonder if Paris is innocent? Or Abigail? Are the accusers always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were, but now the crazy little children are jangling the keys to the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. I will not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go, John.
You will not go.
John, I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her. The law binds me, John. I cannot budge.
You will see her taken.
Proctor, the court is just...
Pontius Pilate! God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I think I must go. Mary, there is bread enough for the morning. In the afternoon you will bake. Help Mr. Proctor as you were his daughter. You owe me that, and so much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you home. I will bring you soon.
Oh, John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean upon that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. When the children wake, tell them I've gone to visit someone sick.
Willard, you want to chain her? Damn you, man, off with them. I will not have it chained.
And yet silent. Minister? It is fraud. You know it is fraud. Oh, what keeps you, man?
I will pay you, Willett. I will surely pay you.
In God's name, John, I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Now let you keep inside this house till I am gone. Man, are you blind?
Mr. Proctor!
Out of my sight!
Charity, Proctor! Charity! What I have heard in her favor, I will not fear to testify in court. God help me, I cannot judge her guilty nor innocent. I know not. Only just consider the world goes mad, and it profit nothing you should lay the cause to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward! Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now.
Proctor, I cannot think God be provoked so grandly by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and hanging is promised. Man, we must look to cause proportionate. With a murder done, perhaps, and never brought to light, abomination, some secret blasphemy that stinks to heaven. Let you think on cause, man, and let you help me to discover it, for there is your way, believe it. There is your only way, when such confusion strikes upon the world. Let you counsel among yourselves. Think on your village, and what may have drawn from heaven such thundering wrath upon you all. I shall pray, God, open up our eyes.
I have never heard any murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go home, Giles. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
Let you think on it. We'll come early, eh?
Aye. Go now, Giles.
Good night, then.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her come home once they're given proper evidence.
You are coming to the court with me, Mary. You will tell it in the court.
I cannot judge murder on Abigail.
You will tell the court who made that puppet and who stuck the needle in.
She'll kill me for saying that. Abby will charge lechery on you, Mr. Proctor.
She told you.
I have known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good, then. Her saintliness is done with. We will slide together into our pit. You will tell it all in the court.
I cannot. They'll turn on me.
My wife will not die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
I cannot do it. I cannot.
Make your peace with it.
I cannot.
Now hell and heaven grapple on our backs, and all our old pretenses ripped away. Make your peace with it.
I cannot.
Peace! It is a providence and no great change. We are what we always were, but naked now. Aye, naked, and the wind, God's icy wind, will blow. I must speak with you, Abigail. Will you sit?
How do you come?
Friendly.
I don't like the woods at night. Pray you stand closer. I knew it must be you when I heard the pebbles on my window. Before I opened my eyes, I knew. I thought you would come a good time sooner.
I had thought to come many times.
Why didn't you? I'm so alone in the world now.
Are you? I've heard people ride 100 miles just to see your face these days.
My face. Can you see my face?
Then you're troubled?
Have you come to mock me?
No. But I'm told that you go to the tavern every night and play shovelboard with the deputy governor, and they give you cider.
I have once or twice played the shovelboard, but I have no joy in it.
This is a surprise, Abby. I thought I'd find you gayer than this. I'm told the troop of boys will go step for step with you wherever you walk these days.
They do. But I have only lewd looks from the boys.
And you like that not?
I cannot bear lewd looks anymore, John. My spirit's changed entirely. I ought to be given godly looks when I suffer for them as I do.
Oh? How do you suffer, Abby?
Why, look at my leg! I'm holes all over from their damned needles and pins. And that jab your wife gave me's not healed yet, you know.
Oh, it isn't.
I think sometimes she pricks it open again while I sleep. And George Jacobs, he comes to me again and again and raps me with his stick. Same spot every night all this week. Look at the lump I have.
Abby, George Jacobs is in jail all this month.
And thank God he is. And bless the day he hangs and lets me sleep in peace again. Oh, John, the world's so full of hypocrites. I'm told they pray in jail. They all pray in jail.
They may not pray.
And torture me while sacred words are coming from their mouths. Oh, it may take God himself to cleanse this town properly.
You mean to cry out still others?
If I live, if I am not murdered, I surely will, until the last hypocrite is dead.
Then there is no one good.
There is one. You are good.
Am I? How am I good?
Why, you taught me goodness. Therefore, you are good. It were a fire you walked me through, and all my ignorance was burned away. It were a fire, John. We lay in fire. And from that night, no woman dare call me wicked anymore, but I knew my answer. I used to weep for my sins when the winds lifted up my skirts and blushed for shame because some old Rebecca called me loose. And then you burned my ignorance away. As bare as some December tree, I saw them all, walking like saints to church, running to feed the sick, and hypocrites in their hearts. God gave me strength to call them liars, and God made men listen to me, and by God, I will scrub the world clean for the love of him. Oh, John, I will make you such a wife when the world is white again. You will be amazed to see me every day, a light of heaven in your house. Why are you cold?
My wife goes to trial in the morning, Abby.
Your wife?
Surely you knew of it?
I do remember it now. How? Is she well?
As well as she may be, 36 days in that place.
You said you came friendly.
She will not be condemned, Abby.
You brought me from my bed to speak of her?
I come only to tell you what I will do tomorrow in the court. I would not take you by surprise, but give you all good time to think on how to save yourself.
Save myself.
If you do not set my wife free tomorrow, I am set and bound to ruin you, Abigail.
How ruin me?
I have rocky proof in documents that puppet were none of my wives, and that you yourself bade Mary Warren stab that needle into it.
I bade Mary Warren.
You know what you do. You are not so mad.
Oh, hypocrites! Have you won him too? John, why do you let them send
I
you?
warn you, Abby.
They send you. They steal your honesty.
I have found my honesty.
No! This is your wife pleading. Your sniveling, envious wife. This is Martha Corey's voice. Rebecca's voice. You were no hypocrite.
I will prove you for the fraud that you are.
And if they ever ask why Abigail do so murderous a deed, what will you tell them?
I will tell them why.
What will you tell? You will confess to fornication in the court.
If you have it so I will tell it. I say I will. If you can still hear this. Can you hear? You will say you're blind to the spirits. You cannot see them anymore. And you will never cry witchery again, or I'll make you famous for the whore that you are.
Never in this world. I know you, John. I know you. You are at this moment singing secret hallelujahs that your wife will hate.
You mad, you murderous bitch.
Oh, how hard it is when pretense falls. But it falls. It falls. You have done your duty by her. I pray it is your last hypocrisy. I hope you will come again soon with sweeter news. I know that you will, now that your duty is done. Good night, John. Fear not. Tomorrow I will save you from yourself. I will save you.
Now, Martha Corey, there is abundant evidence in our hands to show that you have given yourself to the reading of fortunes. Do you deny it?
I am innocent to a witch. I know not what a witch is.
How do you know, then, that you are not a witch?
If I were, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them. I scorn it.
I have evidence for the courts.
Excuse me.
You will keep your seat. Thomas Putnam is reaching out for land. Remove that man, Marshal. They're telling lies. Lies.
Arrest him, Excellency.
I have evidence. Why will you not hear my evidence? Hands off, damn you. Let me go.
Giles.
Out of my way, Willard. I have evidence.
Do not go in there, Giles. It is a court.
Pray, be calm a moment.
You, Mr. Hale, go in there and demand I speak.
A moment, sir, a moment.
They'll be hanging my wife.
How do you dare come roaring into this court? Are you on that, Corey?
You're not a Boston judge yet, Hawthorne. You'll not call me daft.
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, sir. And the more contentious...
I am asked the question, and I am old enough to answer it! My name is Giles Corey. I have 600 acres and timber. In addition, It is my wife you'll be condemning now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such contemptuous riot? Now be gone. Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for
They're
this.
telling lies about my wife, sir.
Then you take it upon yourself to decide what this court shall believe and what it shall set aside.
Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Disrespect indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Excellency, I only said she were reading books, sir.
What books?
It is my third wife, sir. And I have never had a wife so taken by books, do you understand, sir? And so I thought I'd find the cause of it, do you see? But it were no witch that I blamed her for. I have broke charity with the woman. I have broke charity with her.
He claims hard evidence for his wife's defense. I think that
Then let him submit his evidence in the proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room.
Come now, Giles.
We are desperate, sir. We come here 3 days now and cannot be heard.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca now condemned this morning.
Indeed. Although I'm amazed to find you in such uproar, I have only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Let you write your plea, and in due time
Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir, the girls are frauds.
What?
We have proof of it, sir. They are all deceiving you.
Contempt, sir, contempt.
Peace, Judge Hawthorne. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do, sir. And I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that near to 400 are in the jails from Marblehead to Lynn, and upon my signature, and 72 condemned to hang by that signature?
I never thought to say to such a weighty judge, but you are deceived.
What is she? Mary Warren, what are you about here for?
She would speak with the deputy governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren were sick in bed?
She were, Your Honor. When I go to fetch her to the court last week, she said she was sick.
She has been striving with her soul all week, Your Honor. She comes now to tell the truth to you.
Who is this?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Excellency. This man is
I
mischief.
think you must hear the girl, sir.
Peace. What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
Never saw no spirits.
Never.
She has signed a deposition.
No, I accept no depositions. Now tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given out this story in the village?
We have not.
They've come to overthrow this court.
I pray you, Mr. Paris. Now tell me, Mr. Proctor, do you know that the entire contention of the state of the court in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children?
I know that.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out for people sending their spirit out against you?
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, she says.
Ah, and the other girls? Susanna Walcott and the others. They are also pretending?
Sir.
Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether I shall hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here, and it melts down all concealment. Are you certain, in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
It is, and you will surely know it.
I take it you came here to declare this revelation in the open court before the public?
I thought I would, with your permission.
What is your purpose in doing so?
Why, I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court?
No, sir.
I tell you true, mister. I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked before my very eyes by spirits. I have seen them stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. And until this moment, I have not the slightest reason to suspect that the girls may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Your Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have lived so long with such upright reputations and...
Do you read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel.
I think not. Or surely you should know that Cain were an upright man, but yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by sending her spirit out on them? It is the children only, and this one will swear she lied to you.
Judge Hawthorne. This John Proctor comes to save his wife. Was that not the Elizabeth Proctor that said in her claim saying she was pregnant?
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor! Mr. Proctor! I have, this morning, your wife sent me in a claim that states that she is pregnant now.
My wife, pregnant?
There be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
But if she claims she's pregnant, then she must be. That woman will never lie, Mr. Danforth.
She will not.
Never. Sir, never.
Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you now, I will let her be kept yet another month. And if she begins to show her natural signs, you will have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you to that? Come now. You said your only purpose is to save your wife. Good then. She is saved at least this year, and a year is long. What say you to that? It is done now. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot.
Then your purpose is somewhat larger?
He's come to overthrow this court, Your Honor. This man is...
These are my friends. The wives of...
I judge you not. Now sit down. I am ready to hear your evidence.
I come not to hurt the court.
Marshal, go into the court and bid Judge Stoughton and Judge Sewell declare a recess for 1 hour, and go to the tavern if they will. All witnesses and prisoners are to be kept in the building.
If you'll forgive me, sir, I've known him all my life. It is a good man, sir.
I'm sure of it, Marshal. Now, Mr. Proctor, what deposition do you bring? And I bid you be clear, open as the sky and honest.
I am no lawyer, so...
The pure in heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
Will you read this first, sir? It's a sort of testament. The people signing it declare the good opinion of my wife, and Rebecca Nurse, and Martha Corey.
Their good opinion.
These are all covenant people, land-holding farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, sir, these people have known the woman many years and never saw no sign they had dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word that no harm would come to them.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
It's every defense an attack upon the court. Can no one...
All innocent and Christian people are happy with the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for them. And I will have you know, sir, from each and every one of them what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It is not necessarily an attack, I think, yet
These are all covenanted Christians.
then I am sure they may have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, draw up warrants for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, Mr. Proctor, what other evidence do you bring? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I have troubled these people.
No, old man, you have not hurt these people if they are of good conscience. But you must understand that a man may be counted with this court, or he shall be counted against it. There be no road in between. This is a sharp time now, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up. And let them fear not that light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She is not hearty, I see.
No, sir, she's not. Mary. Now, remember what the angel Raphael said to the boy Tobias. Do that which is good, and no harm shall come.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition. Give him mine.
Aye. This is Giles Corey's deposition, sir.
Oh?
What lawyer drew this up, Corey?
You know I've never hired a lawyer in my life, Hawthorne.
Well, it is very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is in the court, bring him in. You have no legal training, Mr. Corey?
I have the best. I am 33 times in court in my life. And always plaintiff, too.
Then you are much put upon.
I am never put upon. I know my rights, sir, and I will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine. Was it 35?
Indeed.
He never spoke to you of it?
No, I cannot recall of it.
That is strange. He offered me £9 damages. Oh, you were a fair judge, your father. You see, I had a white mare at the time, and this fellow, he come and borrow the mare. There he is!
Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation from Mr. Corey against you that states you coldly prompted your daughter cry witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in the jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to that?
A fart on Thomas Putnam. That is what I say to that.
And what proof do you submit for your charge?
My proof is there. If Jacobs hangs for a witch, then he forfeit up his property. That is law. And there is none but Putnam with the coin to buy so great a piece. This man is killing his neighbors for their
But
land.
the proof, sir, the
My
proof!
proof is there. I have it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out for Jacobs, he said she'd given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man that gave you this information.
Why, I cannot give you his name.
And why not?
You know well why not. He'll lay in jail if I give his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely give us the name.
I will not give you no name. I have mentioned my wife's name once, and I will burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
In that case, I have no choice but to arrest you in contempt of this court, sir. Do you know that?
This is a hearing. You cannot clap me for contempt of hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish for me to declare the court in full session here, or will you give me a good reply?
I cannot give you no name.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. The court is now in session.
Now, I ask
You, Mr. Corey.
Your Honor, he has a story in confidence, sir, and he cannot...
The devil lives on such confidences. Without confidences, Your Honor, there would be no conspiracy.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Old man, if your informant tells the truth, then let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hides in anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and Central Church demand of you the name of him who reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale?
we cannot blink it more. There is a prodigious fear of this court in the country.
Then there is a prodigious guilt in the country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there is a fear in the country, nevertheless.
Reproach me not with the fear in the country. There is fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
But it does not follow that everyone accused is a part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Now, Mr. Corey, you are under arrest in contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself before you are sent into the jail until you decide to answer all questions.
No, Giles.
I'll cut your throat, Putnam! I'll kill you yet!
Peace, Giles, peace. We'll prove it all ourselves. Now we will.
Say nothing more, John. They're only playing you. He means to hang us all.
This is a court of law, mister. We will have no effrontery here.
Forgive him, sir, for his old age. Peace, Giles. We'll prove it all ourselves. You cannot weep, Mary. Remember what the angel said to the boy. Hold to it now. There's your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. I would ask you remember, sir, that until 2 weeks ago, she were no different than the other children. You saw her scream. She howled. She swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that Satan, in the form of a woman now in jail, tried to sign her soul over. And when she refused,
We know all this.
Aye, sir. She swears now that she never saw Satan, nor any spirit, vague or clear, that Satan may have sent to hurt her. And she declares that her friends are lying now.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter, sir.
It surely does.
I cannot say he is an honest man. I know him little. But in all justice, sir, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. In God's name, sir, stop here. Send him home and let him come again with a lawyer.
Now look you, Mr. Hale.
I have signed 72 death warrants, Excellency. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life without there be proof so immaculate no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt
You
it.
surely do not doubt my justice, Mr. Hale.
I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse, Your Honor. I will not conceal it. I tell you true, sir. My hand shakes, yet as with a wound. I pray you, sir, this argument let lawyers present to you.
Mr. Hale, believe me, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you will forgive me. I have been 32 years at the bar, sir, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Now, let you consider now, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses to prove his innocence. But witchcraft is ipso facto, on its face and by its nature, an invisible crime. Therefore, who may be witness to it? The witch and the victim? None other. And now we cannot hope that the witch will accuse herself, granted. Therefore, we rely upon her victims. And they do testify. The children certainly do testify. And as for the witches, none will deny that we are most eager to hear their confessions. Therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point. Have I not?
But this child claims the girls are not truthful. And if they are not...
That is exactly what I am about to consider, sir. What more may you ask of me? Unless you doubt my probity.
Surely do not, sir. Let you consider it then.
And let you put your heart to rest. Her deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like to question...
Mr. Paris, I bid you be silent! Sit you down. Mr. Proctor, you will sit there. Mr. Cheever, go into the court and bring the girls in. Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you tell me you sat in this court callously lying when you knew that people would hang by your evidence? Answer me.
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in all your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I am with God now.
You are with God now.
Sir.
I tell you true. You are either lying in the court or you are lying now. In either case, you have committed perjury and you will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more. I am with God. I am with God. I am with God. I am with God.
Ruth Putnam were not in the court, sir, nor were the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend Mary Warren has given us a deposition in which she claims she has never seen any familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil whatsoever. She states as well, however, that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. The law, based upon the Bible, and the Bible, writ by Almighty God, forbid the practice of witchcraft and describe death as the penalty thereof. Likewise, children, the law and Bible damn all liars and bearers of false witness. Now then, it does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blind us. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If it be so, her neck will break for it. But if she speak true, I bid you now, drop your guile and confess your pretense, as a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Be there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very augur bit will now be turned into your souls until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your position now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
You would still go on with this?
Sir.
A puppet were discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in the court while she made it, and that you saw her make it, and you saw how she herself stuck the needle into it for safekeeping. What say you to that?
It is a lie, sir.
While you worked in Mr. Proctor's house, did you see any puppets there?
Goody Proctor always kept puppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no puppets.
Your Excellency.
Mr. Cheever?
When I spoke with Goody Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no puppets. But she did say she kept puppets when she were a girl.
She has not been a girl these 15 years, Your Honor.
But a puppet will keep 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren swears she never saw no puppets in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been puppets hid where no one ever saw them?
There might also be 2 golden candlesticks in my house, but no one ever saw them.
We are here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what no one has seen.
Your Honor, what profit Mary Warren she hurt herself about? What may she gain but hard questioning and worse?
You charge Abigail Williams with the marvelous cool plot to murder. Do you understand it?
I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
But this child would murder your wife?
It is not a child. Now hear me, sir. In the sight of the congregation, she were twice this year put out of the meeting house for laughter during prayer.
What's this laughter?
Excellency,
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not. She is sometimes silly, but she is solemn now.
I, solemn, induced to hang thee!
Quiet, man!
Surely it have no bearing on the question, sir. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye. Although it does strike hard upon me that she would laugh at prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, now tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
Excellency, since I come to Salem, this man is blackening my name.
In a moment, sir. What is this dancing?
Mr. Proctor!
Abigail has led them to the woods, and they have danced there, naked.
Your Honor,
Mr. Paris discovered them there in the dead of night. There's the child she is.
Mr. Paris!
I can only say I never saw any of them naked. And
You discovered them dancing in the woods. Abigail!
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Parrish told me that.
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not. But I never saw anybody naked.
But she have danced.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, may I?
Pray, proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary. Were never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agents?
No, sir.
And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
That were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times before, and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth, you were there when...
I saw that many times.
You were only pretending, sir. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can she pretend to faint now?
Now?
Why not? For there are no attacking spirits here. Now that no one in this room is accused of witchcraft. So let her turn her skin cold now. Let her pretend she's attacked now, and let her faint. Faint!
Faint?
Aye, faint! Show us how you fainted in this court so many times!
I cannot faint now, sir.
Can you not pretend it?
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell, sir.
Might it be that there are no afflicting spirits here, but in the court there were some?
I never saw no spirit.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us you can faint by your own will as you claim. So you admit attacking spirits made you faint?
No, sir!
Your Honor, this is a clear trick to blind the court.
It's not a trick! I used to faint because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw them?
But I did not, Your Honor.
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell how, but I did, sir. I heard the other girls screaming, and you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them. And It were only sport in the beginning, sir, but then the whole world cried spirits, spirits, and I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I only thought I saw them, but I did not.
Surely your excellency is not taken by this simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you now, search your heart and tell me this. And beware of it, child. To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible upon them that take life without cause. Might it be that these spirits you've seen are illusion only? Some deception that may have crossed your mind when you—
This is a base question, sir.
Child, I would have you consider it.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murder every day because I done my duty, pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward? To be denied, mistrusted, questioned like a—
Child! I do not mistrust you.
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you to be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware of it. There is—
What is it? What's there?
I know not. A wind, a cold wind has come.
Abby!
They're pretending.
She's cold, Your Honor. Touch her.
Mary, you sent the shadow on me?
Lord, save me!
I freeze!
Abby, don't do that!
Mary Warden, do you witch her? I say, do you send your spirit out?
Let me go, Mr. Proctor! I cannot! I cannot!
Oh, Heavenly Father, take away the shadow!
Whore! How do you dare call heaven?
None, what to you?
It's a whore!
Now here
you charge!
She's lying, Mr. Danforth!
Mark her! Now she's like a screen to stab me with, but—
You will prove this! This will not pass!
I have known her, sir! I have known her.
You are a lecher?
John, you cannot.
No, Francis, it is true. It is true. She will deny it, but you will believe me, Mr. Danforth. A man will not throw away his good name. You surely know that, sir.
In what time? In what time? In what place?
In the proper place where my beasts are bedded. 8 months now, sir. It is 8 months. She used to serve me in my house, sir. A man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know that now. I beg you, sir, I beg you, see her what she is. My wife, my dear, good wife, took this girl soon after, sir, and put her out on the high road. And being what she is, a lump of vanity, sir. Your Excellency, forgive me. Forgive me. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave. And well she might, for thought of her softly. God help me, I lusted. And there is a promise in such sweat. But it is a whore's vengeance. I know you must see it. I set myself entirely in your hands. I know you must see it now. My wife is innocent. Except she know a whore when she see one.
Do you deny every scrap and tittle of this?
If I must answer that, sir. I will leave, and I will not come back
She
again.
does not deny
Abigail! Sit you down. Mr. Paris, go into the court and bring Goodwife Proctor in. Mr. Paris, and tell her not one word of what has been spoken here. And let you knock before you enter. Now we shall touch the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman?
In her life, sir, she has never lied. There are them that cannot sing, and them that cannot weep. My wife cannot lie.
And when she put this girl out of your house, she put her out for a harlot?
Aye, sir.
And knew her for a harlot?
She knew her for a harlot.
Good then. And child, if it were for harlotry she states she put you out, may God spread his mercy on you. Hold! You will turn your back. Turn your back. You will do likewise. Now, let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. No one in this room is to speak one word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter. Mr. Cheever, report this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman.
Good, sir.
We are given to understand that at one point you put your servant Abigail Williams out of your house.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her? Look at me, in my eyes only, not at your husband. The answer is in your memory, and you need no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me and my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you?
She were...
Look at me! Was she slovenly? Lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, in that time I was sick, and my husband is a good and righteous man. He is never drunk as some are, nor wasting his time at the shovel board, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me. And this girl...
Look at me!
I, sir, Abigail Williams...
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her. So one night I lost my wits, I think, and I put her out on the high road.
Your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
Then he did not turn from you?
He...
Look at me! To your own knowledge, did John Proctor ever commit the crime of lechery? Tell me, woman, is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her.
Elizabeth, tell the truth, Elizabeth.
She has spoken. Remove her.
Elizabeth, I confessed it.
Oh, John.
She only let us say my name.
Excellency, it is a natural lie to tell. I beg you, stop now before another's condemned. I may shut my conscience to it no more. Private vengeance is working through this testimony. From the beginning, this man has struck me true, and I believe him now. By my oath to heaven, I believe him. And I pray you call back his wife before...
She spoke nothing of lechery, and this man lied!
I believe him! I cannot turn my face from it no more! This girl has always struck me false! She...
You will not! Be gone!
What is it?
Be gone,
What's
I
there?
say!
Girls, why do you...
It's on the beam! Behind the rafter!
Where?
Why do you come, yellow bird?
Where's the bird? I see no bird.
My face! My face!
It's a veil.
Be quiet.
You see a bird?
Be quiet.
But God made my face!
Abby!
Oh, it is a black art to change your shape. I cannot stop my mouth. It's God's work I do.
Abby, I'm here!
You're pretending, Mr. Danforth.
Mary, please don't come down. Her claws. She's stretching her claws.
Lies, lies.
Mary, please don't hurt me.
I'm not hurting her!
Why does she see this vision?
You cannot believe them.
She sees nothing!
She sees nothing.
Abby, you mustn't!
Abby, you mustn't.
I'm here! I'm here!
I'm here. I'm here.
Mary Warren, draw back your spirit out of them!
Mr. Danforth!
Mr. Danforth.
You have compacted with the devil, have you not?
Never! Never!
Never, never.
Why can they repeat only you?
Give me a whip, I'll stop it.
They're sporting!
They're sporting.
Abby, stop it!
Abby, stop it.
Stop it!
Stop it.
Stop it!
A little while ago you were afflicted. Now it seems you afflict others. Where did you find this power?
I have no power.
I have no power.
They're calling you, mister.
How came you to this turnabout in the past 2 weeks? You have seen the devil, have you not?
Mary, God damns all liars, Mary.
You have seen the devil. You have made compact with Lucifer.
God damns all liars, Mary.
I cannot hear you. What do you say? I say you will confess yourself or you will hang. Do you know who I am? I say you will hang if you do not open with me.
God damns all liars, Mary. Remember what the angel said to the boy. Do that which is good and no harm.
Her wings are spreading. Mary, please, don't. She's gonna come down. She's walking the beam. Look out, she's coming down.
Mary, tell the governor.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
No.
You are the devil's man!
Praise God.
Mary, how?
I'll not hang with you! I love God! I love God!
He bid you do the devil's work?
He come at me by night and every day to sign!
Sign what?
His book? The devil's book?
My name! He want my name! I'll murder you, he says, if my wife hangs. We must go and overthrow the court, he says.
Mr. Hale.
He wake me every night. His eyes were like holes, and his fingers claw my neck. And I sign.
Chelsea, the child's gone wild.
Mary.
No! I love God. I go your way no more. I love God. I bless God. Abby, I'll never hurt you more.
What are you? You are combined with Antichrist, are you not? I have seen your power, mister. You will not deny it.
This is not witchcraft. These girls are fraud. You condemn an honest man.
I will have nothing from you, Mr. Hale. Will you confess yourself befouled with hell, or do you keep that black allegiance yet? What say you?
I say God is dead.
Hear it. Hear it.
Fire! A fire is burning. I hear the brute of Lucifer. I see his filthy face. And it is my face. And yours, Danforth. For them that quail to bring men out of ignorance, as I have quailed, and as you quail now, when you know, and all your black hearts, that this be fraud. God damns our kind especially, and we will burn. We will burn together.
Marshal, take him and Corey with them to the jail.
I denounce these proceedings. I quit this court.
Pulling out of heaven and raising up a whole.
Mr. Hale! Mr. Hale!
Sarah, wake up. Sarah, good. Take you up.
Your Majesty! Come in, come in! Titchbot! He's here! His Majesty come!
Go to the north cell. This place is wanted now.
That don't look to me like His Majesty. Look to me like the Marshal.
Get along with you now. Clear this place.
Oh, why, Marshal, it is you! I thought for sure you'd be the devil coming for us. Why? Why don't I have a sip of cider for my going away?
And where are you off to, Sarah?
We're going to Barbados. Soon the devil gets here with the feathers and the wings.
Oh, a happy voyage to you.
A pair of bluebirds fine suddenly be the two of us. Oh, it'd be a grand transformation, Marshal! Marshal!
You'd best give me that or you'll never rise off the ground. Come along now, out with you.
I'll speak to him if you desire to come along, Marshal.
I'd not refuse it, Tituba. It is the proper morning to fly into hell.
Oh, it ain't no hell in Barbados. Devil, him be pleasure man in Barbados. Him be singing and dancing in Barbados. You folks, you rouse him up round here. That old boy frees his soul in Massachusetts. But in Barbados, he's just as sweet and wonderful as... Yes! That's him, sir! Your Majesty! Your Majesty, I'm here!
The deputy governor has arrived!
Come along, come along.
No! He coming for me! I'm going home!
That ain't Satan. It's the poor old cow with the hat full of milk. Come along now, out with you.
Take me home, devil! Take me home! Tell him Sarah Good's going to! Sarah Good's going to! Take me home, devil!
Good morning, Majesty.
Where is Mr. Paris?
I'll fetch him.
When did Reverend Hale arrive?
It were towards midnight, I think.
What is he about here?
He goes among them that will hang now, sir, and he prays with them. He sits with Goody Nurse now. And Mr. Paris with him.
Indeed. That man have no authority to enter here, Marshal. Why have you let him in?
Why, Mr. Paris, command me, sir. I cannot deny him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No, sir, it is a bitter night, and I have no fire here.
Fetch Mr. Paris.
Aye, sir.
There is a prodigious stench in this place.
I have only now cleared the people out for you, sir.
Beware hard drink, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Let you question Hale, Excellency. I should not be surprised he had been preaching in Andover lately.
Speak nothing of that. We'll come to Andover. Paris prays with him. That's strange.
I think sometimes Paris has a mad look these days.
Mad?
I met him yesterday, coming out of his house, and I bid him good morning, and he wept and went his way. I think it is not well the village sees him so unsteady.
Perhaps he have some sorrow.
I think it'd be the cows, sir.
The cows?
There'd be so many cows wandering the high roads. Their masters lay in jail. Much disagreement on who the cows belong to now. I know parents be arguing with farmers all yesterday about it. There's great contention, sir, about the cows. Contention make him weep. We're always a man who would weep for contention.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming. I beg your pardon waking you so early. Good morning, Judge.
Reverend Hale have no right to enter this place.
Excellency, a moment.
Do you let him in with the prisoners?
What is his business here?
Excellency, hear me. It is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
He bid her confess?
Hear me. Rebecca Nurse have not given me a word this 3 months since she came. But now he sits with her and her sister and Martha Corey and 2 or 3 of the others. And he pleads with them confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a providence. And they soften? They soften?
Not yet. Not yet. But I thought to summon you, sir. I thought to summon you to think on whether or not it be wise to... There is news, sir, that the court must reckon with. My niece, I believe she has vanished.
Vanished?
I thought to advise of it early in the week. But
why? How long is she gone?
This be the 3rd night. Mercy Lewis is gone too.
I will send a party for them. Where may they be?
Excellency, I think they may be aboard a ship. My daughter tells me now she heard them speaking of ships last week. And tonight, I discovered my strong box broken into.
She have robbed you?
31 pound is gone. I am penniless.
Mr. Paris, you are a brainless man.
Excellency, it profit nothing you should blame me. I cannot think they would run off except they fear to keep in Salem anymore. Now that the news of Andover is broken here.
Andover is remedied. The court will return there on Friday and exhume examinations.
I am sure of it, sir. But they're speaking of rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you what is said here, sir. Andover's thrown out their courts, they say, and will have no part in witchcraft. There is a faction here that feeds off of that news, sir. And I tell you true, I fear there will be riot.
Riot? Why, at every execution I've seen naught but high satisfaction within the town.
Judge Hawthorne, it were another sort that hanged until now. Rebecca Nurse is no Bridget, who lived 3 years as bishop before marrying him. John Proctor is no Isaac Ward, who drank his family to ruin. Let Rebecca Nurse stand upon the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I fear she will wake a vengeance on you.
Excellency, she is condemned a witch. The court...
I pray you. How will you proceed?
Excellency, I would postpone these hangings for a while.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency, now that Reverend Hale's returned, there is hope, I think. For if he brings even one of them to God, that surely damns all the others in the public eye. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will weep for them, and our good purpose is lost in their tears.
Cheever, give me the list.
It cannot be forgot, sir, that when I called up the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, hardly 30 people come to hear it. That speaks of discontent, sir.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency.
Now, tell me, in your opinion, which of these may be brought to God. I will myself strive with them until the dawn.
There is not sufficient time until dawn.
I shall do my utmost. Now, which of these two you have hope for?
Excellency, a dagger.
What do you say?
Tonight, when I open the door to enter my house, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sort. There is danger in it for me. I dare not step outside of my house at night for fear that someone comes and...
Accept my congratulations, Reverend Hale. We are gladdened to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon them. They will not budge.
You misunderstand me, sir. I cannot pardon these when 12 are executed for the same crime. It is not just.
Rebecca will not confess.
The sun will rise in a few minutes, Excellency. I must have more time.
Now hear me, and beguile yourselves no more. I will not hear a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already executed, and the names of these 7 are given out in the town, and the village expects to see them die at dawn. Postponement now would speak a floundering on my part, and reprieve or pardon would cast doubt upon the guilt of those that died until now. While I speak God's law, I will not crack its voice with whimpering. And if retaliation is your fear, know this. I will hang 10,000 more that dare to rise up against the law, and an ocean of salt tears could not melt the resolution of the statues. Now, draw yourselves up like men and help me, as you are bound by heaven to do. Have you spoken with them all, Mr. Hale?
Oh, but Proctor, he's in the dungeon.
What's Proctor's way now?
He sits like some great bird. You'd not know he'd lived except he eats food from time to time.
His wife. His wife must be well on way with child now.
She is, sir.
Mr. Paris, you have closer knowledge of this man. Might her presence soften him?
It is possible, sir. It is possible. He has not laid eyes on her since he came. I should summon her.
Is he yet adamant? Has he struck at you again?
He cannot, sir. He is changed to the law now.
Fetch Goody Proctor to me, and then let you bring him up afterwards.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, if you postpone a week and post to the town that you were striving for the confessions, that speak mercy on your part, not faltering.
Mr. Hale, as God have not empowered me like Joshua to stop the sun from rising, so too I cannot withhold from them the perfection of their punishment.
If you think God wills you to raise rebellion, Mr. Danforth, you are mistaken.
You have heard rebellion spoke in Salem?
Excellency, orphans are wandering from house to house. Abandoned cattle bellow on the high roads. The stink of rotting crops hangs everywhere. And no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life. And you wonder yet rebellion spoke. Better you should marvel how they did not burn your province.
Mr. Hale, have you preached in Andover this last month?
Thank God they have no need of me in Andover.
Then you baffle me, sir. Why have you returned?
Why, it is all simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians they should belie themselves. There is blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Hush! Goody Proctor, I hope you are hearty.
I am yet 6 months before my time.
Pray, be at ease. We come not for your life. Mr. Hale, will you speak with the woman?
Proctor, your husband is marked to hang this morning.
I have heard it.
You know, do you not, that I have no connection with the court. I come of my own. Goody Proctor, I would save your husband's life, for if he is taken, I count myself his murderer. Do you understand me?
What do you want of me?
Goody Proctor, I have gone this 3 months like our Lord into the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way. For damnation's doubled upon a minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot speak of lies.
It is a lie. They are innocent.
No more! I will hear no more of that.
Do not mistake your duty as I mistook my own. I came into this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion. The very crowns of holy law I brought. And what I touched with my bright confidence, it died. And where I turned my eye of great faith, blood flowed up. Goody Proctor, cleave to no faith when faith brings blood. It is mistaken law that leads you to sacrifice. Life, woman, life is God's most precious gift. No principle, however glorious, may justify the taking of it. I beg you, woman, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him give his lie. Quail not before God's judgment in this, for it may well be that God damns a liar, lest he that throws his life away for pride. Will you plead with him? Cannot think he will listen to another.
I think that be the devil's argument.
Woman, for the laws of God, we are swine. We cannot read his will.
I cannot dispute with you, sir. I lack learning for it.
Goody Proctor, you are not summoned here for disputation. Be there no wifely tenderness within you, he will die with the sunrise. Your husband, do you understand it? Will you contend with him? Are you stone? I tell you, true woman, had I no other proof of your unnatural life, your dry eyes now would be sufficient enough evidence you delivered your soul unto hell. A very ape would weep at such calamity. Have the devil dried up any tear of pity within you? Take her out. It profit nothing should she speak with him.
Let me speak with him, Excellency.
You'll strive with him?
Will you plead for his confession, or will you not?
I promise nothing. Let me speak with him.
Pray, leave them, Excellency.
Mr. Proctor, you have been notified. I see light in the sky, mister. Let you counsel with your wife, and may God help you turn your back on hell.
Mr. Proctor, if you desire a cup of cider, God lead you now.
You have been chained.
I? The child?
It grows.
There is no word of the boys?
They're well. Rebecca's Daniel keeps them.
You have not seen them?
I have not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. They come for my life now.
I know it.
None have yet confessed.
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more, they say. Goody Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There be many.
Rebecca?
Not Rebecca. She is 1 foot in heaven now. Naught may hurt her more.
And Giles?
You have not heard it.
I hear nothing where I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
He were not hanged. He would not answer aye or nay to his indictment. For if he confessed, they'd hang him surely and auction out his property. So he stand mute and died Christian under the law. And so his sons will have his farm. It is the law. For he could not be condemned a wizard without he answer the indictment, aye or nay.
Then how does he die?
They press him, John.
Press?
Great stones they lay upon his chest until he plead aye or nay. But they say he gave but 2 words. More weight, he says, and died.
More weight?
Aye, it were a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I had been thinking I would confess. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John.
What would you have me do?
As you will, I would have it. I want you living, John. That's sure.
Giles' wife. Have she confessed?
She will not.
It's a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. I am not that man. My honesty's broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man.
And yet you've not confessed till now. That speak goodness in you.
Spite. Spite is what keeps me silent. It is hard to give a lie to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It is not for me to give, John.
I would have you see some honesty in it. Let them that never lied die now to keep their souls. For me, it is fraud, a vanity that will not blind God, nor keep my children out of the wind. What say you?
John, it come to naught that I should forgive you. Will you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. Only be sure of this, for I know it now. Whatever you will do, it is a good man does it. I have read my heart this 3 month, John, and I have sins of my own to count. It take a cold wife to prompt lechery.
Enough. Enough.
Better you should know me.
I'll not hear it. I know you.
You take my sins upon you, John.
No, I take my own.
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made, no honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how I should say my love. It were a cold house that I kept.
What say you, Proctor? The sun is soon up.
Do as you will, but let none be your judge. There is no higher judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me, John. I have never known such goodness in the world.
I want my life.
You'll confess yourself?
I will have my life.
God be praised. It is a providence. He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why must you cry it? It is evil, is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you, John. I cannot.
And who will judge me? God in heaven. What is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think it is honest. I think so. I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me, it is fraud.
I am not your judge. I cannot be.
Would you ever give them this lie? Say it. Would you ever give them this? You would not. If tongues of fire were singeing you, you would not. It is evil. Good then. It is evil and I do it.
Praise to God. Praise to God. You will be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let us have it. Are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Why must this be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village, mister. This shall be posted upon the church door. Where is the marshal?
Willard, hurry!
Now then, Mr. Proctor, will you speak slowly and directly to the point, for Mr. Cheever's sake? Mr. Proctor, have you seen the devil in your life? Come, man, I see light in the sky and the village awaits at the scaffold. I would surely give out this news. Did you see the devil?
I did.
Oh, praise God.
And when he come to you, what were his demand? Did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
He did.
And you bound yourself to his service? Ah, Rebecca nurse, come in, woman.
John, you are well then, eh?
Come, man, take courage. Let her witness your good example should she turn to God herself. Now hear it, goody nurse. John Proctor, did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
What? John?
I did.
Now, woman, you see it profit nothing to keep this conspiracy any further. Will you confess yourself with him?
Oh, John. God send his mercy on you.
I say, will you confess yourself, goody nurse?
Why? It is a lie. It is a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot. I cannot.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil come to you, did you ever see Rebecca nurse in his company? Come, man, did you see this woman with the devil?
No.
Did you ever see her sister Mary Easty with the devil?
I did not.
Did you ever see Martha Corey with the devil? Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
No, I did not.
You mistake me, sir. I am not empowered to trade your life for a lie. You have certainly seen some persons with the devil. Mr. Proctor, a score of people have already testified to seeing this woman with the devil.
And it is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? You should rejoice to prove your soul purged for any love of hell.
They think to go like saints. I like not to spoil their names.
Mr. Proctor, you think they go like saints? I think you misunderstand your duty here, sir. It matters nothing what she thought. She is convicted of the unnatural murder of children, and you for sending your spirit out against Mary Warren. Your soul alone is the issue here, mister, and you will prove its whiteness, or you cannot live in a Christian country. You have certainly seen some persons with the devil. To your own knowledge, was Rebecca Nurse ever?
I speak my own sins. I cannot judge another. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough he confesses himself. Let him sign it. Let him sign it.
It is a great service, sir. It is a weighty name. It will surely strike the village that he confess. I beg you, sir, let him sign it. The sun is almost up, Excellency.
Come then, sign your testimony. Mr. Chiva, take it to him. Come, man, sign it.
You have witnessed it. It is enough.
You will not sign it?
You have witnessed it when more is needed.
Do you sport with me? I say you will sign your name, or it is no confession, mister. Your second name, man.
Oh, praise be to the Lord.
If you please, sir.
No.
Mr. Proctor, I must have it.
No, I have signed it. You have seen me. It is done. You have no need for this.
Proctor, the village must have proof that
Damn
you...
the village. I confess to God, and God has seen my name on this. It is enough.
No, sir, it is not.
You came to save my soul, have you not? Here, I have confessed myself.
You have not confessed yourself.
I have confessed myself. Is it no good penance, but it be public? God does not need my name nailed upon the church. God sees my name. God knows how black my sins are. It is enough.
Mr. Proctor.
You will not use me. I am no Sarah Good or Tituba. I am John Proctor. You will not use me. It is no good part of salvation that you should use me.
I do not wish to use you.
I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world? And I have sold my...
You have not sold your friends.
Call me not. I blacken all of their names when this is nailed to the church the very day they hang for silence.
Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal proof that
you are the High Court. Your word is good enough. Tell them John Proctor confessed. Say he broke his knees and wept like a woman, saying what you wrote on my name.
It is the same, is it not? Whether I report it or you sign it.
No, it is not the same. What am I saying? And when I signed it was not the same.
Mr. Proctor, do you mean to deny this confession when you are free?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then explain to me, Mr. Proctor, why you will not.
Because it is my name. Because I may not have another in my life. Because I lie and sign myself to lies. Because I am not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. I have given you my soul. Leave me my name.
Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept it. I will not deal in lies, mister. You will hand me your honest confession in my hands, or I cannot keep you from the rope. What say you? What way do you go, sir?
Proctor! Proctor!
Marshal!
You cannot!
Marshal!
nothing. Give them a heart of stone and sink them with it.
Let you fear nothing. There is another judgment waits us all.
Hang them high over the town. Whoever weeps for these, weeps for corruption. Take them.
Man.
Excellency.
I've not had my breakfast.
Go to him. Go to him, goody Proctor. Go to him. There is still yet time. Proctor! Proctor!
Woman, plead with him. It is pride, it is vanity. Be his helper. What profit in the bleed? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the worms declare his truth? Go to him. Take his shame away.
We have his goodness now. God forbid I take it from him.